a 3-minute tournament. Let's see what we get. 57-minute tournament. E3 on move 1 is definitely different. Alright, I'm not going to do anything special. I can't get in E5, so... Bishop to D3. Okay. It's a very odd beginning. Very odd beginning. Alright, I want my knight on C6, but my c-pawn wants to play. Yeah, very, very odd start. Can't go 2. The castle there, I would have maybe played E5. Let's put my bishop here, I guess. It's the first time playing this opponent. C4. Do I take? Just keep the tension? I don't think I'll have anything on the H-file, so let's just get on with castles. On pawn takes, I don't think I want to take with the pawn. I don't want to be saddled with an isolated pawn. They're really controlling D4. I'm expecting this to strike really, really soon. And actually, another thing is that I'm maybe... Yeah, I think maybe I should have gone with a bit more modest deployment with my bishop to E7. All right. All right, I'm going to go here. They're not going to let me get into that square. Let's start with this. And I think I just want to take again. Queen takes, we'll exchange. I did this voluntary exchange because I didn't want my knight to be pushed away. It's hard to say who's better. I think it's just even. Let's avoid the queen exchange, and I'm kind of hoping in a way that their queen will struggle to find a good square. And then that move's played. I guess here? Isn't white looking for some trouble, like queen trap trouble? Alright, let's go here. Rook takes knight, I have rook takes queen. If I did this, there was rook takes knight. Am I not just up the exchange now? They thought they had to take like this? And just go right here. I'm up the exchange. Could have considered bishop f6 as well. Let's do it now. Knight here, rook here is not a good idea. Let's go back. My bishop is a very confused piece. Very confused. A very confused piece. Maybe I just scoot my king on over here. All right, we're gonna keep this knight out of e5. He's had enough fun. Let's go here. Yeah, these guys could easily drop off. Their knight is really strong. Really down on time. Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's expand a little bit. Let's go over here. I just want to stay clear of that knight. Such a dangerous piece. Let's try for this. Not the greatest way ever to try and activate my king. I do not mind seeing that. Do not have a lot of time. That's helpful because I could win this pawn now. Maybe go after... Oh, they're really boxing out my king. They're being very annoying. King here and then push. Actually, I want to play king here next. Where is my time? Geez, this knight is so tricky. So tricky. I want to get behind the pawns. Keep my king very far away from my rook. I think I could do that. Oh, they could block with the knight. Forgot that they could block with the knight. They're offering a draw. I'm still going to try to win. Oh, I am winning now. Ooh. That was a very oddball game. There are so many moments in that game that struck me as very bizarre. I don't know. Weird. The opening in particular. I don't know. That obstructing the c pawn in that earlier knight maneuver. I don't know. All right, we got the W, but it felt weird. Something about that felt weird. Okay. How about a King's Indian? I play this opening much more than I do a Grunfeld. Actually, let's just switch gears. I don't want to allow them to acquire a pawn duo so easily. So let's bring the bishop out. So we got another case where this c pawn is obstructed. All right, so I guess they just don't want to see the knight pinned when they play here. No, they're going after my throat. Fine. All right. Looking for this, and then this stuff. If this is the idea, I could claim, white has lost some time. They played h3, and then only later they're going to try for h4. Let's jump on in the center. Maybe I should have prefaced that with first knight c6. So the knight here isn't a reply if I do decide to take with the pawn and strike at the knight. But no, actually, if the knight plays here, I have f6. So he has to find a new home. If he goes here, I'm definitely going to duck. Don't want this knight that's on the edge taking out my bishop. And he may end up getting trapped, so do I just go all the way home? I'll go all the way home. The threat here, I believe, is f6 and then g5, and the knight is out of squares. Currently no good move for this guy. If I went here, I think they would have just pushed here, and if I go here, well, I'm in my queen's way and knight's way. So let's see. What is white going to come up with here? Alright, they're just going for a dark square bishop exchange. I could also just push in the center. Throw a strike at the knight with my queen. I actually like that. Let's go 2 squares. Okay, so now I'm hitting this twice. It's defended twice, but now they have to do g3. I don't see any other move than g3. I could just trade queens. I'm going to go with that approach. And simply follow up with f5. I will gain a tempo with this guy, with knight to c6. Let's form a nice pawn chain. He's still out of bounds, out of play. They're trying to break down my structure. Let's bring the knight out first. If the rook releases pressure here, maybe I consider f4. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's go with f4. If the knight goes here, g5, and he's having a tough day. Actually, now this knight is a dead piece. If I can maintain this structure, so I'm thinking about just pushing. There's something better. No, not necessarily a dead piece, actually. If I go here, then there's this, and then a knight reroute to c5. Could also take and then just put my rook on the 7th. I'm gonna go with that. Push. Push. Here. Takes, rook takes. The rook is going to get some activity. Let's try this. Chewed up a lot of time just then. Yeah. Alright, this is definitely a little bit awkward. Maybe this was more accurate. Just going after the king, or going after the knight. I'm gonna do it now. Going after the knight with my king, and he's trapped. If I did this, he just jumps forward. They could damage my queenside structure, but this knight is very loose piece, and he is going down, isn't he? I don't think my king is fearing any mating nets being on the edge. It's close. All right, taking out some stuff here. Maybe push my king around, but they're still trying to mate me. Let's go here. So I wanna get this in. They can't stop me from getting to h6, but if I did this first, they could have stopped me from getting to f7 with rook here. Now let's do this. Able to consolidate. Rook takes, I have a skewer. Let's just double. Stay coordinated. I'm fine with an exchange. And I just want to soften up this structure. I have a square if they give a check. Didn't I do this in the last game? My king working along the edge like this. Scoop up this pawn, get out of the pawn's way, and promote. Keep on pushing. They're also down on time. Back to tournament. Yeah. After that queen exchange, I'm not sure if that queen exchange was the right approach. I'm thinking they should have played g5 to stop that very idea of king h6, king g5. I don't know. Tough to say. 43 minutes left in this one. The top guy, Tematico. All right. I don't think we've played. Okay, let's start with the knight f3 game. Knight f3, d4. All right. Grunfeld or not? Will I be playing the white end of a Grunfeld or King's Indian? King's Indian it is. All right, bishop e2. Okay. Let's go with castles. e5 is expected, granting the knight that c5 square. And let's go with this idea of knight to e1. I'm doing this so that the knight can't get out of the pawn's way and move forward. I'm going to take this bishop, actually. No, you take me, maybe. No, I'll take the bishop. And before f5 can be played, I'm going to play f3. I'm anticipating this advance. And let's strike at the knight. If they have to take away from, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I believe I'm going to take here. No, I'll do this. If they do this, they have their most, let's go here. Thinking about this advance at some point. I could push this through. Okay, they're looking to control that. I was gonna say if they shut it down, their most important attacking piece in this the black side of a King's Indian is no longer around, so I'm kind of fine with the two minor piece type position and the position being locked down with F4. Um, hmm. Let's all right, that knight is going to be really strong on d6. I'm prepared to just take him out. Let's see how they recapture. And I'm gonna keep it really closed. Yeah, let's go here. I'm shutting down the queen side with that move, and I'm focused on the king side now. Bishop's trying to get active. I don't want to allow him to get to d4. They are insisting, though. Okay, I'm okay if the queens are exchanged. That's happening. Good knight versus bad bishop, though at the moment my knight doesn't have a great square. Where would I want him? b5. I'm also down on time. Quite a bit. I don't know, centralize. I need to open stuff up a little bit. Let's get that pawn out of harm's way. How do I open this up properly? Try for g4. I'd really like to get this square, some knight maneuver. It's tough. Let's try this, see how they react. They go here, I think I want to do this to ensure that it opens up some. That's a good move. Let's go here. My knight can't go too far because they could take and then enter here. I don't think I have anything. They could just sit. h6 I think is a good move. Yes. Because I was intending on maybe playing a capture and then g5. I don't think I could do anything. My time is also not so great. Bishop here. I'm threatening to take twice and then put my knight on e4, but I'm just so down on time. So down on time. Yeah. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, it's already a draw by repetition. I was ready to say I'm going to offer a draw. Yeah, they did well there at the end with the maintaining the tension. They didn't really give me an inch. Yeah, that maybe I was too quick. Let's try a e4 game. Maybe I was too quick with Let's try an open Sicilian. Maybe I was too quick with taking their bishop on c5, a dragon. All right, let's try some classical stuff. Don't know. A great setup really on the white end. Just f4. Oh, let's go queen d2, rook d1. My f-pawn needs to play at some point, I believe. Let's get him playing. Where did all my time go on that game as well? Let's avoid the knight exchange. Even though it wouldn't be an attack, I still think it's a good idea to get rid of this guy. There's no great definition to the structure, so I don't know that we could. What's with this bishop g4 stuff? Second game in a row. Bishop g4. I'm not saying it's a bad move. It's just odd to see the same one come about again. Maybe this is where I was losing time in that last game. The bishop g4 move rattled me. Alright, let's still go for this. But I was going to say there's no definition yet with the structure. We can't identify good or bad bishops. It's a completely open diagonal, a very important defender for the king, even though it is same sides castling. So let's get him out of there. And I don't want to be kicked with this guy, so they could take and force me to take away from the center. And they're preparing this advance. Alright, let's go here. Not 100% sure why. Off of this file, protect the diagonal. I think it's a fine square. Could still go in for b4. And then the knight would be striking at c2. So that move really wasn't scaring me. I thought they could just go with d5. That move is striking here. A little bit annoying. I don't know. Let's just put the knight in the center. Okay, so offering a queen exchange, huh? Can't really do too much to avoid that. Just gonna take. That's a good move. Alright, let's give him a shove. Bishop versus knight position. Yeah, the rook recaptures and is protecting there. Alright, let's take the knight out. Surprised that they're thinking here. Oh, they're thinking about knight here. I could save my knight, though. 2 minor pieces versus the rook. Is that what Sam is thinking about? Thinking about this? That wouldn't be good. Not sure what black is thinking about here. Okay. I think I just have to. I think that knight is just intolerable, so. Time for the kings to play. I don't want to see this move happen too easily. Let's stop it. Look to pile up. King on d4. Pile up on c4 is the plan. And get there fast, too. I guess we're going to take. Get to the center. If they come over here, I think I have to contest it. Here. Okay, so they have to be careful. Let's go with this pawn. I don't want to give this square up. If I did this, then they have mating ideas. Actually, they could still do this kind of stuff, I think. Oh, I have to be really careful. I'm close to getting mated. Wait a second. b3, take, king here. That's a 1 king and pawn endgame. Takes, everything takes, king here, I take here, and I have 2 pawns. 2 outside passers. Yeah, this is a 1 king and pawn endgame. I do this. And then get right back here on d4. I should have seen that move or two sooner, because I think they had a quick transfer to the e-file with an idea of sacking 1 rook and then mating me. It's just centralized. This was maybe more accurate. 1 pawn restricting 2. Now I have this opportunity to do this move. I could have also captured and pushed, but now I do this. And now we go here. 11 seconds should be plenty. 9 seconds. And they're going after my pawns. Whoa. I didn't like my technique there. It's going to be enough. Hmm. That wasn't the greatest conversion there at the end. Okay. Oh, where do we stand? Still fishing for a 4. I have 8. All 2s. Okay, 31 minutes and change remaining. Let's see who we get next. First place guy. A little speed bump there. Okay, let's try another. Okay, let's kick off with d4. d4, c4. The old Slavaroni. Okay. e3. Okay, bishop there. What do I do? Let's just develop. And now look to create an imbalance. Knight for bishop exchange. Okay, that's a little bit awkward. Normally it's one of these 3. You don't allow that to happen. So I have the bishop pair. Let's immediately throw some fire on these light squares where black is very sensitive now. If I do this, queen takes, pawn takes, bishop moves b4, b5 cannot be prevented. So I will be able to undouble. This is just a temporary doubling of the b-pawns. I have the time to get this in. Black still needs 3 moves, actually, to stop b5, so I don't even have to do that straight away. I could still do something else. What's that something else? What would I like to do here? g3. Just prevent any pawn advance here. Now we do this, because now that the rook is protected, they were threatening a6, and I wouldn't be able to get this in. So we're seeing b5 right now, and we might see b5 later. The return of a b-pawn. Let's develop. Prepare to get my king off of this file. Oh, they had an opportunity for f4, I think. Let's just castle. If knight takes, I'd have doubled c-pawns, but this c-pawn can undouble. I think I need to get rid of this knight. Maybe bishop d3 at the end wasn't such a good idea. But I still have this plan of expanding on the queen side where I have some space. Let's take. And then b5. And so at the end of all of these pawn advances on the queen side, what has happened? I acquire a passed pawn, connected passed pawn. I'm up a pawn right now, not the healthiest of pawns. And also, maybe this is a target. I don't know. Liability or an asset? Let's see what black's next move is. If they allow this, they're in big trouble. Stop that. Don't have much time. Okay, let's put the rook here, or the bishop here. I think I just want one rook exchanged. I think they have to prepare to double rooks. Because if I get anything here, okay, we're going with this rook because I want to be able to sneak over with my king. Somewhere close to the center. If I go here right now, I think I could do that. They're going to help undouble. King is opposite my bishop. Let's put pressure on him. So my bishop will be the one to blockade. Let's just keep the knight out of g4. Rook takes rook, I end up recapturing with the pawn, and there's a fork. You know what, maybe this is the approach. Break down this structure some. This knight is a bit of a clumsy piece. Let's do this. Let's see what diagonal opens up. Now this knight is cooked. It's a pin that you just can't get out of. Rook takes rook is no good, and yeah, they threw in the towel. Okay, what's the what's the big takeaway from that one? I believe queen b6 may come off as a bit too strong, but queen b6 might just be a losing move. I don't think it would read that like on the evaluation straight away, but I don't know. There's a lot of things tipping in white's favor. Bishop pair, space, and an active avenue for the rooks on the queen side, playing with that open A file. Those are a lot of all of those. They factor in. All of those add up. All right, we got a Sicilian. I guess they're looking to kill me. They're going to go with the King's Indian attack. So let's go for this setup where I keep my f-pawn free. And maybe I play f5 at some point. Maybe. I could still play e5, but let's go with rook b8 and b5, b4. All right. Can't lock down. Is that really a good square for the queen? We're going to find out. Let's just swing the back completely around b4 on board. Let's ask him a question. Wow. Really? Giving me the bishop pair. They can't be really looking to attack me when they've given up their dark square bishop and I have master defender here on g7. Okay, do we do, well, I feel like I want my queen here for some reason. I gotta go faster. They've spent little to no time. Watch out for an e5 break. I want to do this, or maybe this and then double up. Let's take once. And you know what? Let's get this knight exchanged. I want to have my queen see this much more directly. I was fearing maybe a d4 move. Let's try this. Prepared to take out their knight. And maybe try to show that my dark square bishop is better than their light square bishop. Alright, we're going to take here, and I'll look to give him back by going here. But, where's that knight headed? I don't know. I want to get into the second rank. Maybe I should have played queen here and then gone with this move. I'm playing without a plan. Oh, also the queen can't do this. She has a responsibility currently to watch over c3. I'm just going to go here. Seems really, really active. I don't see how she could be chased away so easily. Now I want rook g8 and a bishop move. This is going to play knight g4, rook h1. Try and scare away my queen. This has to be pretty scary, though. Some bishop discovery threatened. Yeah. Let's go here. I didn't want to take because I'm helping out the queen see this square. I don't like my rook over here now. Wow. I feel like I'm in some serious trouble. I am in some serious trouble. Oh my God. I am in some serious trouble. They just have to pile up on the g-file and I don't have anything. Now I have to bring my queen back to defend my bishop, or actually this. They could take my pawn, though, too. Okay, my rook is silly. Now I have at least this square to defend my bishop. Just want to get that pawn back. Queen f6 should hold everything, but I only have 23 seconds. Yikes! Queen here. Oh, there's that move. Knight here. I could take twice. Wow, I'm just barely holding this together. Very little time on the clock, though. Let's go here. That's a pin. They're still in a pin. Still in a pin. I feel like I'm going to get mated. 7 seconds. Oh, they have that? Queen check. 4 seconds. No time. Oh my God. My heart is racing. My heart is racing. I wasn't saying anything, but I'm sure if you listened close enough, maybe you heard my heart pounding through my chest. That is so ridiculous. Ah, that G file opening up. Oh, man. All right, Benoni land. Lucky, 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 lucky. Very lucky. Somebody's saying crazy. Yeah, I agree. Crazy lucky is a good description. Crazy lucky. See if they allow b5, b4. I gotta go faster. My time, I don't know. Don't know what to say. There's only 18 minutes left. Okay. Gonna allow me to play here? I'm doing it. Even if it allows a knight to move with the discovery. I want my bishop on g2 to see the world. I want one minor piece exchanged, and if I could get that king-knight exchanged, I'm happy within this structure. It's easier to find adequate squares, good squares for my pieces. So, that move. Well, where does my queen belong? It's not a happy square, but I'm going to go here. I want to be able to go here. Where else is my knight going to go? So I need to get this move into finished development. So let's do it. Clamping down on this structure. We get some more exchanges. Let's do this first. If I did that straight away, they take, and then they're going to win the exchange. So Rook did his job. He recaptured on e5, and now we jump in here, and we may have another minor piece or two exchanged. We are having this. The knights are gone. This is an important defender, but I don't know with so few pieces, especially without knights around. I don't know how much of an issue it would be. You know, can black really take advantage of these holes on my king's side? It's to be determined. I may actually think about f4. What do I want to do here? f4 exchange first, just bishop to d2. How about we just do this? I don't know. They're lining up some kind of pawn storm. It would be very sensible. f5. I may have to play f3. Queen f5. I'm trying to like provoke this move. Because I think it's just getting in the way of that pawn. Oh, actually, I have to come all the way back. I'm just realizing that now. If I went to e2, push, takes, pawn push, hits with the fork, I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. Do I play f3? I may need to just play b3. The one thing I have going for me is the clock here. So they're giving up a pawn. Why? Well, they are going to free up that bishop. Actually, I don't even want to take that pawn. I want to activate my bishop here and then here if this is ever a fear. Yeah, I don't want this pawn to move. This bishop striking at my queen side, this square being available to both queen and bishop, this diagonal being open towards my king. I have the safer home for my king. I don't know, something quick. Let's centralize. Their queen is now the only one there to defend their pawn. A dark square bishop exchange. Actually, now maybe things are different where I can take and then take here. Because I am supporting this. I could take here. Can I? Rook takes rook, queen f5. Rook takes rook, queen f5. I double. They put more pressure here. I have f3. If queen takes pawn, I take their rook. I think I could take here. Queen f5, rook here, and then up. Oh my god. Totally missed that move, but I do have this. And I'm on their queen. Should have at least considered it. They're under 10. Oh, this is a very, very shaky game. Very, very shaky. Let's just take the rook. And do anything. Just don't fall for a mate in one. No time. Yeah. They were like, they played that game like I did a couple of my previous games. A little on the slower side. All right, let's try a Carol Khan against Andy Town. Alrighty. An exchange Caro with c4? No. No Panov Botvinnik attack. Going straight in for bishop deployments. Okay. Queen a4, bishop d7. I have to experiment more with just queen to c7. That's supposed to be one of the better approaches to the exchange Caro. Thought queen a4 is the move to play there. Alright, so light square bishop exchange is definitely a welcome sight for me. This is a bad bishop for a good bishop exchange. I have to take with the knight. Queen has the responsibility. And that queen on a5, her post runs into, well, I could, hang on, let's return this knight here. Stop any knight e5 stuff. What I was going to say is that I gain a valuable tempo at some point against the queen, expanding with this now minority attack. So that's nice. Let's circle into the c4 square. I wouldn't mind seeing all minor pieces exchanged. I think in the end, my major pieces will put pressure on one of the queenside pawns. This is a really strong bishop. Let's challenge him like this. Not on f6, because if they support it with f4, I get out of the way, and then I threaten f6. Case in point. Well, I could have done the same with f6. Could have ducked. So I think I will go in for this. The bishop's short on squares. f6 is a threat. I believe they have to play f5 and give me a pawn. It won't be the healthiest of pawns, but as they say, a pawn is a pawn is a pawn. I'm going to take it. And now, like, I want a piece right here, if I can. Let's get to the e-file. Yeah, let's occupy the e-file. Maybe I just step up with my queen and back up with my bishop. And let's step up with the queen to defend here, connect my rooks, and now we move the bishop out of the way. And the main point behind this is as soon as the bishop moves, I play here, and I may be okay with giving up the exchange even, because I will have a pawn for it. If they end up taking it out with my knight, this is the only piece that could challenge a rook on this square. This is a great strength. This opens up this diagonal some. Okay, let's just play some stuff fast. I don't see a way that they could swing over fast. Alright, they're threatening that kind of stuff now, maybe. You trying to weasel on in here? That bishop's starting to scare me. Let's do this. Knight takes, I have queen takes. Okay, bishop there. I think I just want to anchor the rook here. I have these squares covered. The bishop's doing a good job. The queen can't get in so easily. Just want to finish development. I'm not thinking about winning this pawn at all. That move. Okay, we're going to go here and maybe exchange rooks and then replace. Now we go here with the knight. Maybe he turns out to be an even better piece. Still want to complete development right here. Am I missing anything? I have both of these squares covered with my minor pieces, 49 seconds. Maybe I trap the bishop. Let's give that a go. And on this move, there's queen takes pawn, but then I take the bishop. Let's try for that. They could take this pawn with check, but I could block. I'm still on the knight. They have to go in for a queen exchange now, otherwise I get another piece. Really down on time. I just need to kick it into higher gear. Higher gear. Don't like my approach. Give some material back. Try and win this. Watch out for the trickiness. Watch out for the trickiness. Just want to centralize and now target this pawn. Is their knight dead? He's close to dead. He's very close to dead. I could have captured the pawn just then. Oh, they didn't move their knight. Get rid of that knight already, huh? Holy cow, man. Oh, these down-to-the-wire games, with how often they occur, you would think I'm doing them on purpose. I'm not doing them on purpose. Never do that. I don't. I really want it. I just want like a smooth, no fear on the clock type games, just sit back, relax, convert it. But, it's just not happening like that. It's not happening. I'm not converting them how I would like to convert them. What do we do? I don't know. C4. Welcome. Okay, so we're gonna have another King's Indian. All right, let's try Zamish. F3. No, let's just go in with the D5 straight away. Maybe not accurate. Maybe knight to E2. All right, let's go attack. I haven't committed my king just yet. And now that the king is on this square, when I play H5, like F5 isn't working, I don't believe. F5, H5. And now I get to take and then this. So there's a serious problem. So at this point right now, I'm threatening to take and then smash away on H6. And if they play here, it's just, I believe, a strategic crush. It's the kind of structure that we're working with, where I'm going to point some pieces at this point. Basically, I want a light square bishop exchange. I want to play against their dark square bishop. And I'm not going to take. This pawn is very valuable to me. I want to keep him around. He's killing this square. And let's get in B4 right now. How am I going to exchange light square bishop? Something like this is the plan. Let's castle. Knight on G3 at some point. Let's put this rook here. And maybe I don't even key in on this square just yet. Maybe I use this knight to put some pressure on this pawn. I think I like this idea. Here. Maybe I even double rooks on the B file. I will at some point return to this square. This is the weakest point on Black's king side. Alright, I don't see anything fancy happening with some sacrifice. You do have to be on the lookout for that, but they don't have... None of their minor pieces are converging twice on any of these squares over here. Okay, now they are. Let's back this bishop up to lend some support to G4. Yeah, maybe I should have taken some extra precaution. I'm going to do that right now because they're ready to go Queen C8. Or not. Let's double. I don't need pressure on this point anymore. Let's put my knight somewhere else. I'm not a big fan of how I'm going about regrouping here. Can I just capture away on B5? I don't think they have enough support for that. Take with the knight first. Okay, they're just doing that. Let's push with this pawn. This is it's a bit clumsy. What I'm doing here, it's very clumsy what I'm doing. Let's take with the pawn. Yeah, there's a much better approach that I could have taken. Actually, I could have pushed. I could have pushed and then played A5. I forgot that I have enough support for that. That would have been good. Acquire a connected pass pawn that is very deep. That rook is just too active. Let's get rid of him. They're also down on time. Let's just back up. Now they're taking. Alright. Gotta get my knight doing something. Their bishop isn't playing, but they have a way in. Knight C3, 30-second mark. They're in a pin. Knight C3. Knight C3 still. Step up, get to the A file. Still no sacrifices over here. Offer a queen exchange? Okay. Let's put pressure on that knight. Okay, I need my king over here, I believe. Here, I think is okay. Okay with this. I guess here. The rook is really active. I do not like that. Yeah, now they're pitching pawns. I have that covered enough. Let's just convert this. We're not even going to get another game. Can I just push this guy already? And they're down on time. That's going to be the last one. Yeah, I mean, the pairings are closed right away. Man, not too many games in there. 9. I guess you can't expect too many. 57-minute tournament, 3-0 time control. Seems like I'm going to get third. Yeah, this guy's paused. Unless this guy's going to sneak in a quick game. He's in a game right now. Doesn't seem like it's close to over. 34, 33, 26. All with fire. Yeah. Interesting group of games here. Yeah, Wireless in the chat here on Twitch is saying that the draw really hurt. Yeah, definitely. When that draw hits at that, what was it, round 3, the moment where you're ready to hit that 4, especially for a 3-0 time control tournament, that definitely is rough. Okay, 171 were in this one. Not a bad turnout at all. Let's see all the pages. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is a really nice turnout for what time is it? It's 11:57 p.m. where I'm at. Of course. Okay. Almost there. That's gonna do it. Okay, to the 170 of you. Good games. Oh, nice. Also, thank you to, who is that? Zed XYZ. Thank you very much for the 200 bits. Appreciate that.